They race into corner number 3, and they go to the stripe and turn 4 to the green flag. Joker's Wild is underway at Eldora.
David Gravel leading him down into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Shane Stewart right on his bumper off at turn number 2. Battle for the lead down the back straightaway, nose to tail. Donnie shots up into the 3rd spot. Tim Schaefer running for it, but Shane Stewart on the inside, racing for the lead. Who will lead lap 1? David Gravel.
Gravel's got the lead, but Shane Stewart is right there behind him. Stewart does to the inside in 1 and 2. Gravel keeps the momentum up and pulls away by 6 car lengths down the back straightaway. Sheldon Hodenshield on the move now. The NOS Energy Drink 17 up into the top 5. Challenged on the low side of the speedway. Out of turn 4 by Jacob Allen. Allen 5th as the lap goes in the books.
Jacob Allen getting by Sheldon Hodenshield, who goes through the middle of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Jacob now sets his sights on Tim Schaefer as they race to the inside of turns 3 and 4. Schaefer way up on the high side of the racetrack. Jacob comes off the bottom of car width, now pulls up alongside. Still side by side in turns 1 and 2.
Tim Schaefer riding the cushion around the outside of Jacob Allen. The Steel City Outlaw now into that 4th position and now to the inside of the 15 of Donnie Schatz. Allen had the spot momentarily, and now Tim Schaefer's got it back, and now Sheldon Hodenshield racing back up to Allen and Schaefer.
But Sheldon had caught him going into turn number 1, now falls back just about 8 car lengths down the back straightaway, but now closing in again as Jacob goes to the bottom of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Tim Schaefer continues to hold this position. That's the battle for 4th as they race into turn number 2. Boy, Jacob looks to the inside, and here comes Tim Schaefer now down the back chute.
Schaefer, Jacob Allen, and Donnie Schatz now a 3-car battle for 3rd. Jacob Allen has come from the inside of row number 5, and he'll be 3rd as they cross the line. Jacob Allen, Donnie Schatz right back around him on the outside. Here's Allen again digging down low out of turn 2. Jacob Allen 9th to 3rd in the Eldora Speedway, and Tim Schaefer and Donnie Schatz side by side for 4th.
Tim Schaefer has found something in the middle. He'll slide it across the nose of Donnie Schatz down the front straightaway and takes the position. Now Schatz back to the inside as they race into turn number 2. That's the battle for 4th down the back straightaway. Tim Schaefer now driving away from Donnie Schatz and sets his sights back on Jacob Allen, who is stuck on the bottom of turn number 4 and closing quickly on Shane Stewart.
Jacob Allen running the low side of the Eldora Speedway and a contender for the lead. He's 2nd out of turn 2 from the inside of row 5. He's never won with the Outlaws, and now he challenges Gravel to the inside in 3 and 4.
Jacob Allen, your race is for the lead, and down into turn number 1. David Gravel has the lead. Now Jacob Allen gets the lead in turn number 2. Boy, those Allens know around to get it out of the bottom of a racetrack. Down the back straightaway now, Jacob Allen pulling away. Shane Stewart goes to the inside of David Gravel. They'll squeeze themselves up to the top of the racetrack. Battle for 2nd down the front chute.
Oh, they touch and Gravel's into the wall. Shane Stewart and David Gravel get together, racing for 2nd, and Gravel into the wall in turn number 1.
Side by side off the bottom of turn number 4. The flagman's waving the green flag. We're back underway.
Shane Stewart looking for the lead into turn 1. Allen on the bottom. Shane Stewart jumps up to the top. He's got momentum, and Shane Stewart takes the lead down the back straightaway.
Shane Stewart goes to the bottom, near the bottom anyway, about a car width off. Now slides up toward the top of the racetrack. Jacob Allen running 2nd. Tim Schaefer in the 3rd spot. Donnie Schatz running 4th. Battle for 5th now in turn 2.
Sheldon Hodenshield and the 2M of Kerry Madsen going at it. Meanwhile, Jacob Allen goes back to work on the low side of the speedway and starts to reel in Shane Stewart. Boy, what a slider by Brent Marks as he took a spot momentarily from Kerry Madsen. Marks is up to 7th from the outside of row 10.
He's back on the bottom of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, trying to get back to the inside of Madsen, who rides way up on the top of the racetrack, leaning up on the cushion. Now Marks slides up behind. He'll fall back in line with Madsen. Your race is for the lead. Down the back straightaway, Jacob Allen in that 2nd spot, 3 car lengths back. Shane goes to the bottom this time to protect that spot, trying to fend off a charge from Jacob Allen. Now Jacob looks back to the inside as they race down into turn number 1, side by side for the lead.
Jacob Allen on the inside. Shane Stewart with momentum on the top. Shane went low in 3 and 4 the last time. Could not hold the low line. He drifted up the racetrack. This time smoother on the bottom in 3 and 4. Shane Stewart protecting the lead, but here comes the Steel City Outlaw, gaining ground on both Jacob Allen and Shane Stewart.
Tim Schaefer rides the high side of the racetrack, down the back straightaway in that 3rd spot, now closing in on Jacob Allen. Jacob goes back to the bottom. Tim goes to the top. He'll close the gap by now about 8 car lengths as they work off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Sheldon gets by Donnie Schatz as they race into turn number 1. Schatz back to the inside. Here comes Sheldon around the outside of turn 2.
Sheldon Hodenshield up to 4th. Now the race for 2nd. Tim Schaefer catching up with the Shark Racing 1A. Jacob Allen still very good on the bottom, and Tim Schaefer's got a lot of momentum built up in the Rutzik excavating machine as they work into turn one. Stewart trying to put gravel a lap down. Meanwhile, Sheldon Hodenshield coming after Tim Schaefer. Donnie Schatz to the inside of Sheldon. They're all gaining ground on second place. Jacob Allen, who stays right with leader Shane Stewart. Here's Schaefer looking for second out of turn two.
Down the back straightaway, Schaefer gets by Jacob Allen now for the second spot, and he's not done yet. He'll stay up on the high side of the racetrack and set his sights on your leader. Down the front straightaway, Shane Stewart in heavy traffic. Tim Schaefer right behind him, about 8 car lengths. Jacob Allen in the third spot. Donnie Schatz for still that battle for fifth. Now Madsen getting around hot to shield.
Kerry Madsen, and now in the thick of things as well, the 19 of Brent Marks from the 20th starting spot. He works to the inside of Sheldon Hodenshield in turn 4. Leader into turn number 1. Shane Stewart jumps back up to the top of the speedway and closing quickly. Tim Schaefer in the 49X.
Tim Schaefer still in that second spot as your leader is in heavy traffic now as they work through turn number 4. Shane Stewart leading. Tim Schaefer closing the gap on your leader now to 5 car lengths as they race into turn number 2. Donnie Schatz getting by Jacob Allen in turn number 2 for the third spot. Allen back to fourth now. Kerry Madsen up into the 5th position. Shane Stewart up on the high side of the racetrack. The next car he'll encounter is Sammy Swindell. Down the back straightaway, Tim Schaefer still in that second spot. Good battle for third. Donnie Schatz has him, and here comes Kerry Madsen. Madsen within 2 car lengths of Donnie Schatz for the third spot. White flags out. Final time around for Shane Stewart.
Stewart puts the right rear right up against the cushion in turns 1 and 2. He'll follow a slower car down the back straightaway, dive to the inside in turn number 3, and slide up into corner number 4. Shane Stewart will win his first of the season at the Jumpers Wild at Eldora. Second will go to Tim Schaefer. Donnie Schatz in third. Kerry Madsen fourth, and Brent Marks from 20th to 5th.